Hello, this is Spellbinder with a news commentary report. What's wrong with you people in Arizona? Are you nuts? Put the rhino back in there? This guy's been in for 24 years. It's time to retire him and put Hayward in there. What are you doing? You know he wants to take our vitamins away, don't you? This man's nuts. He's senile. McCain needs to be retired. Look at this. Senator McCain, Republican in Arizona, spent more than $20 million on his way to victory over primary rival J.D. Hayworth, a Republican. What the hell are you doing? Get rid of the old man. Send him off to retirement. He deserves it. Don't make him a Kennedy Republican. What are you trying to do? Make him a Ted Kennedy and die in office? Is that what your plan is? You guys are nuts. I've never seen such nuts before in my life. Arizona voters, and he's for illegal aliens. I hope you're happy when they start coming back in your borders again, when he makes amnesty possible. Jeez, you people are nuts. What the heck are you doing? You sit there and you fight and fight and fight to get some type of law passed to control the illegal aliens, and then you send the very man that's going to pass something that's going to put them in there legally. Is that what you wanted all this time? Is that what you wanted? I mean, really? What ain't good Tea Party patriots to think about Arizona voters after they have just returned John McCain to office? This is a state that led the country with immigration enforcement efforts and then turns around and sends a pro-amnesty senator back to D.C. Do conservatives still want the status quo? Excuse me if I'm confused. I'm confused. The hell's wrong with you people? Man. Look at this. Don't voters in Arizona realize that McCain will again support amnesty? Don't you know that he will again cross the aisle and make a nice with the radical Obama Democrats? Don't you know he's a Republican Democrat? Just like, you know, we had Democrats that turned Republican. I mean, really? Jeez, people. What is your major malfunction? Here, that's not the only one. Let's look at this article here. Here, this is one I'm worried about right here. John McCain's attack on liberty. Anyone paying attention knows that John McCain has been a Big-Government Globalist Neocon, a BGGN for virtually his entire senatorial career. As many BGGNs hiding out in the Republican Party, McCain likes to talk about smaller government, but his track record is littered with promotions of one big government program after another. But what else would one expect from a member of the Council of Foreign Relations? He's working with the foreign enemies that are destroying this country, and you just put him back in office. People are nuts. I don't know what's wrong with people in Arizona. I don't see it from here. I mean, apparently you didn't do your homework. You just put him in there because you like him like the people in Massachusetts like Ted Kennedy. They just kept putting him in there too, even though he was stabbing all the people in the back and twisting the blade. It was okay. He's a good old boy. Let's put him back in until he died in office. I mean, give me a break. Lately, however, McCain has outdone himself. He has introduced two bills in the U.S. Senate that are about as Machiavellian as they could be. I'm referring to the S-30 81, a bill that would authorize the federal government to detain American citizens indefinitely without trial, and S-3002, a bill that would authorize the federal government to regulate vitamins, minerals, and virtually all health and natural food products. You people in Arizona really want to become third world countries. You want to be bones walking with flesh over them. Oh, you crazies. What the hell are you thinking? According to the Examiner.com, McCain introduced a bill to the U.S. Senate which, if passed, would actually allow U.S. citizens to be arrested and detained indefinitely without Miranda rights or ever being charged with a crime. Does that sound American? That sounds like Obama Marxism. What do you think you're doing? Jeez. The Examiner report continued by saying this bill introduced by McCain, who desperate overwhelming evidence claims to be a conservative, would not only take away our rights to a trial, but would also allow the federal government to arrest and imprison anyone the current administration deems hostile. In other words, if you don't like Obama's policy, he just puts you away, and you're never seen again. Van comes by, kicks you off the street, and you're gone forever. Bye-bye. End up in Guantanamo somewhere in another country. out in the Middle East, most likely. Of course, that would be the same administrations whose Homeland Security Secretary has classified veterans, retired law enforcement, Ron Paul and Chuck Baldwin, which is whose article this is, supporters and conservatives as terrorists. And yes, they have. I've seen the paperwork. The Examiner report concluded by saying, if it was not clear before, it should now that McCain has little respect for the Constitution as he does for our borders. Amen. If McCain gets his way, your constitutional rights to a speedy trial by jury is gone, as well as your constitutional right to habeas corpus. But of course, they would attempt to justify this by claiming it is being done in the name of national security and the war on terrorism. See the Examiner report at this link. Regarding McCain's desire for the federal government to take over the vitamin industry, attorney Jonathan Emrod wrote, if you had any doubt about whether McCain is a limited government conservative, you may put that doubt to rest. He is not. On February 3rd, 2010, John McCain introduced to the United States Senate the Dietary Supplement Safety Act of 2010. Reflecting upon this poorly written bill, I'm struck by the fact that John McCain apparently sees little difference between fissile material and dietary supplements. His intent on regulating supplements as if they were radioactive enriched uranium rather than bioactive vitamins, minerals, amino acids, and botanicals, and that more often than not help people. The Dietary Supplement Safety Act of 2010 enjoys support from most of the liberal members of the Congress. It is an invitation for the FDA to assume broad new powers and replicate here in the new system now operating in Europe over dietary supplements. Welcome to $50 for a bottle of vitamin C at 200 milligrams instead of 500 or 1,000, which you actually need if you're treating a cold. Where dietary ingredients are presumed adulterated and unlawful to sell unless pre-approved by the government. In short, goodbye free enterprise, goodbye limited government, hello more heavy-handed, arbitrary, and punitive FDA bias against the beleaguered dietary supplement industry. You can see him as column. I'll have the list on here when I post this. This is upsetting. People turn around and put the rhino back in there, and he's anti-Republican actually. He's more like Obama's side, and he is a Republican side. And you people just you didn't see it. Well, for your oversight, you're going to pay for it. You're going to make the rest of America pay for it. Hope you're happy, Arizona. Hope the Mexicans come up there and take your houses away, because that's what's going to happen next. Because that's what you're asking for. I can't believe you did that. Jeez. McCain also said he wanted to tap Mr. Climate Change wacko himself, Al Gore. See, he likes Al Gore. Al Gore, the crazy climate nut. It says everything's going to burn up and dry up when we're getting ready to go into a mini ice age. I don't understand you people. To work in his administration in developing new and much tougher UN-sponsored global warming treaty. See, money to be made. They're going to tax the hell out of you with that tax and that cap and trade. You just wait. You just wait and see. Cap and tax is coming your way. This is the same John McCain who addressed the Hoover Institute on May 1st, 2007, and said if he were elected president, he would create new international organizations known as the League of Democracies. Does that give you any more doubt of where he's heading? He's another like closet socialist. Apparently he was brainwashed Chinese style when he was in that prison camp when he was captured during the war, and now he's a Manchurian candidate coming forward. Geez, you people don't learn. You just don't learn. Never soon learn. You're gonna love it. In advancing the LD, McCain said we should go further and start bringing democratic peoples and nations from around the world into one common organization, a worldwide league of democracies. It's just a fancy word for New World Order. It's a New World Order. Remember, Bush Sr. He then added, the new League of Democracies would form the core of an international order of faceless bureaucrats, most likely. You'll never know who they are. It's running your life. If McCain and his CFR buddies get their way, this new LD would be a United Nations on steroids. As I've said over America on the campaign trail in 2008, John McCain is a globalist, of course, and so is Barack Obama. In fact, every president since, and including George Herbert Walker Bush, has been a full-fledged, rotten-to-the-core globalist. They want to make our country into a all country. And we don't want that. We're unique, and we don't want that type of craziness. And yes, this is the same old John McCain who was one of the primary movers and shakers along with Obama, Lindsey Graham, and G.W. Bush, who attempted and would again to provide amnesty to illegal aliens and open America's border to illegal immigration. And now McCain wants the federal government to take over the vitamin industry, and he wants to give the federal government the power to jail American citizens indefinitely without trial. Does that sound like the Constitution in America you grew up with? Apparently you never learned the Constitution in America over in Arizona, or you were woke up to this man a long time ago. But I know, everyone's been fluoridated and poisoned to the point where they can't remember their own name hardly. They can't even pay attention, they're so poor-minded. Man, the shackles to be put around the throats will become insufferable. If you appreciate this comment and want to help me distribute these editorial opinions to an ever-growing audience, well, Chuck Baldwin would appreciate your donations at his site, Chuck Baldwin Live. You can go to his website. I have a link to it. Check this out. I can't believe you people. I don't know what you're thinking. Look. You just put him back in there. Why don't you just say you want Obama to run your state? He would have been lovely running your state. Look, he's going to put Obamacare in there too. And when we stop out and control spending tax increases and repeal to replace the Obamacare, we'll keep families in their home and we'll create new jobs. This is what he said when he got in there. Until he gets back in there, and then he's going to turn around and go, come on, Obama, let's do it. Let's stab America. Let's bring her to her knees, every last American, and we'll take it all. We'll take everything, and we'll leave them destitute and destroyed. That's McCain. If he remembers what he's saying. I swear, the man's half senile, and you put him back in there, and it's like, oh, jeez. Let's see. Note, this is McCain's 5th term in the Senate. He has served 24 years now and will have served 30 at the end of this new term. He is the only one of many career politicians who are returned to their office time and time again by voters. Like I said, he's the Republican Ted Kennedy. Well, until next time, I'm going to get on here and post this. You people are nuts in Arizona. You sit there and you fight for getting illegals out of your state, and then you turn around and put a guy that's going to put them all back in there, and you're going to tell you to thumb you in the nose, and ooh, you make me mad. Make me mad, Arizona. You just failed. Arizona fell. You can't even pick the right politicians to put in there. I don't mind, you could put any other Republican in there, just not him. Ooh. Until next time, this is Spellbinder with this news commentary update about Arizona and their poor choice of candidates. For some reason, I have no idea why you did it. Good day.